moves. They picked up Clay Mack, and Justin Herbert is probably a top 3 quarterback in the NFL going into this year 100%. But why? How they do in the draft, that's all that matters.
I thought really everybody in this group did a pretty solid job in the AFC West, and they were no different. Obviously, at pick 17 in round 1, they got Zion Johnson, offensive lineman out of Boston College, one of the more underrated linemen in this draft, and I think he's going to be a great pair with Christian Darrisaw, who they picked up last year. So they're really building a protective offensive line around Justin Herbert, and they've got him weapons. So really be careful for this team. I mean, they're adding defensive specialists too, so it's like really this team is doing some crazy things. They're getting really good. So that right there was a huge pick for me. I loved that. After that, they get JT Woods, safety out of Baylor. In the 3rd round, they did not have a 2nd round pick. So I like JT Woods as well. He swarms the field. He's a ball hawk. He can also help you on the run support side. So I like him in the 3rd round. In the 4th round, Isaiah Spiller, running back out of Texas A&M. The Chargers have always been known for having a good running back around, and right now they have Austin Eckler, and Isaiah Spiller is going to fill in really nicely whenever he comes off the field, and eventually maybe it'll be his job once Eckler runs out of gas or retires. Who knows? 5th round, they got Otito Ogbania. I, once again, can't say that last name. Defensive tackle out of UCLA. Just another depth guy there, somebody just to throw into the defense whenever you need him. And in the 6th round, they got Jamari Saylor, offensive lineman out of Georgia, national champion, won a lot of games. I believe he did not allow more than 3 sacks his entire college career or something like that. I saw a stat on that earlier about him. And so Jamari Saylor is a good offensive lineman, still continuing to just add to this. And the cool thing about Jamari as well is he is not a offensive tackle, offensive guard. He's just an offensive lineman. He's a plug and play guy. He can play at guard. He can play at tackle on the right or left side. Maybe even at center. So I really like Jamari Saylor and that pick out of Georgia, as well as Jasir Taylor, defensive back out of Wake Forest. Just another guy who can play really anywhere on the field. Same with Dean Leonard out of Ole Miss, can play anywhere on the field. Then they come in and they get Xander Orvath, running back out of Purdue. And a couple of years ago, Raheem Mostert came out of Purdue and got drafted late in the draft and ended up having a really good career. And I think Xander Horvath could go on to have that too. So they really added to the running back room, adding more offensive linemen as well, defensive linemen, and DBs. So this was really just a depth draft, and I think that the Chargers understood that, and so they went out and got depth at all the positions they needed depth at. So with that being said, thought they did a really good job. I'm going to give them a solid B on their draft grade. And their best pick for me,
give them that running back.
God, I'm gonna do it again. The reason why I just struggled for a second is because I told myself I wasn't gonna keep doing it, but I'm going to right here. He's the best player they got. Zion Johnson, 1st rounder, pick 17, offensive lineman out of Boston College. He's the best pickup they got.
Yeah, like I was looking through the colleges, of like who is producing the most NFL players and like all that stuff, just out of curiosity. Purdue has secretly produced a lot of NFL players that are really good, that are like flying under the radar type thing. Yeah. Drew Brees. I'm talking about Rondale Moore for the Cardinals. Like I think he is going to explode.
Karlaftis.
Yeah, I mean,
he's going to do really good this year.
Like I don't know what they're putting in the water up there in Purdue, but they're doing something right. And
yeah, up there in West Lafayette.
Yeah, so